Hi, and welcome to Craft Along with Jay. My name is Yara, and I am so thrilled that you could join me today. Today's extra special because it's the Christmas in July, first of the month collaboration. The hosts are Krista's Crafty Life and Rustic and Lay's DIY. And don't forget, when you're done with this video, go down to my description box and check out the playlist. You'll be in for lots of inspiration. All right, let's get started for project number one. We're going to use this little clothes from the Dollar Tree. And then we're going to use some faux snow. I have had it for some years. I'm not sure where it came from. And just some little trees and a little package. And first we're going to remove that sticker from the clothes. It was very sticky. I had to kind of fight to get it off my hand. And then I'm just going to straighten out my trees. It's just bottle brush top trees. So they're very bendable. You can straighten them out, no big deal. Then I got a couple of different sized trees and a little package, little gifts. And I'm just playing around with the arrangement to see what looks nice, how I want it, and also to make sure that I can actually put the cover on top. That's kind of a big deal. So here we go. It does fit in there, but it's snug and it looks a little too crowded. So we're going to take it off and just kind of figure out, all right, what are we going to do instead? So I took one of the trees out, and let's see. Yep, so much better. But yeah, I still need a little something. Then I took out a little acorn, and then I was like, yeah, no, this is Christmas. We need a pine cone out instead. So that's what we're gonna go with, just to give a little bit extra nature look to it. And then once I'm sure about what I want to do, then I'm gonna start hot gluing it down. And make sure I'm not getting too close to the edge because I need to be able to put the top back over it and um, snap it into place. So I'm so happy you clicked on my video today. I hope you like what you see and you stick around to the very end so you can see everything put together. And if you're new, welcome. I hope you'd like to stick around, and I hope you would hit that subscribe button and become a member. I would love to have you. And my current subscribers, I appreciate you all so very much that you keep coming back and watch my videos. I enjoy making these videos. I love crafting. So if I can share it with you and you want to watch it, it makes me so happy. So I'm very appreciative. All right, here we go. We're going to add some snow. And as you will see, I got way too much snow in there. I pretty much drowned the trees in the package. You can just see a little bit of the big tree. I got a little carried away. It's so hot here, like the heat index is over 100. So maybe I was just wishing for lots of snow right now to cool me down. Not sure what I was thinking. But anyway, we are going to dump some of that right back into the bag and just have just a little bit, just enough to cover the bottom of the clothes. And then it seems like there's some static going on because some of that snow is sticking to the sides of the clothes on the inside. I'm just kind of like tapping it to see if I can get it to come off. Some of it did, but not all of it. So let me know, does it seem like it kind of belongs like that, or a way to get it less staticky in there? Let me know. All right, project number two. I got this little wood round from Walmart. I'm going to remove the stickers. And then I got this stencil that we're going to use. And first I'm going to antique wax the wood round, front and back. And once I've done that, I'm going to use the vintage white and I'm going to dry brush. But I'm doing it while the antique wax is still wet. It hasn't dried because it gives it a different look when you do it while it's still a bit wet because it blends in more, so it becomes more like a light grayish wood kind of look. I'm not sure how else to explain it, but you'll see once I keep going here. But I'm going to do a heavy distressing with the vintage white. And you'll see as I keep brushing it, it blends in with the wet antique wax that it won't be so white. But I like the look. So I'm going to do the front and the back. So you see as I'm brushing it more and more, it kind of turned into like a little light grayish kind of color. I love that look. So there we go. That's one side. I don't think I'm going to make you watch the other side, but that's what it looks like. And then I'm going to place down my stencil. It's a little bit too big, but that's okay. We make it work. And I just taped it down um, in all the places where I'm not going to stipple on the green paint. And this is Kelly green that I'm using. And I'm just using it for the greenery along the edges all the way around. And I'm just using a little bit at a time. You can always add more just to prevent as much bleeding as possible. Okay, once I've done that, I'm going to take my apple red by Folk Art. And then we're going to do all the little berries that's around the wreath outline. And then they're also randomly on the inside of the wreath. I had to change my brush. The other one was too big to get in between the greenery. So I've just switched it up to a smaller one, and it worked out just fine. All right. And then I'll do the little heart at the bottom. Then I decided there's a little bow at the top of the bell, and I'm going to do that in red as well. Once I've done that, I'm going to I guess I got an even smaller brush. So here we're going to work on the bell. I'm going to use this metallic gold. I think I got that from Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago. But we're going to make a bell that color. And I'm going to use a very small brush and stipple it on as well. Because as I go along here, I have less and less tape on here to hold it in place. So I'm just going slow and holding it down as much as I can. I do a smaller brush. It's easier to kind of keep it in. And then I'm going to do the vintage white. And now we're going to do the word Noel. And I'm just taking the tape off one letter at a time because this is the last piece of tape I have on here. So this is kind of helping me, for the most part, keeping things in place. Kind of got off a little bit here when I took the tape off, but we fixed it. And there we go. Look at that. I think it turned out amazing. I love this look. There we go. And I was thinking about putting a bow, but you know what? I like the simpleness here and I didn't want to cover any of the stenciling, so I left it as is. All right, project number 3. I got this wooden tree from Hobby Lobby, $7.99, but I either got it 40 or 50% off a couple of years ago. I never really knew what to do with it, but it came together today. I figured it out, so I'm really excited about this one. So the first thing I do, I'm going to use Waverly chalk paint in the color white, and I'm going to just do the front of the tree. Cover that all up. And I'm just giving it one coat. That's really all you need. And then I'm going to use this bark brown, and I'm going to do the trunk of the tree And then once I did that, I decided to also do the stand as well. You don't really need to do that if you're going to end up doing something with the stand, uh, like I am. But that was just something that came to me later. Sometimes when you craft, you change your mind and you play around with things, so things turn out a little bit different than what you have pictured before you start. So this is what's happening here. But I got this really pretty napkin with all the greenery and the berries and stuff on it. So I'm gonna take, it has two plies that I need to take off. So I can just use that front part. And I think I got this from, I think it's BJ's, one year for Christmas. I've had it for a few years. But I think that will look really nice on a tree. Yep, there it is. I'm realizing there's another ply, so we're gonna get that off as well. There we go. It's on there tight, so gotta gently pull it apart. There we go. And then I'm just gonna cut the the two areas that has all the berries and the greenery on it, and I'm gonna lay it. So I did a coat of Mod Podge on my tree. I should probably mention that, and let it dry. And here I'm gonna um, iron on my napkin, and I'm just using these two pieces right here. I make it work all the way to the top of the tree, piecing it together so it doesn't look like obvious that it's pieced together. So we got these two parts done, and then I'm gonna take the other part and line it up on the other side. And it does not overlap. I have it lying, edge to edge, so that way there's no obvious sign that it's pieced together. Yeah, I'm very, very careful about it. And then I'll put my parchment paper on top and use my mini heat press to activate the Mod Podge underneath to have the napkin adhere to it. There we go. And then we're just going to sand that off. I'm just making sure that it's down all the way around the edges as well. And then we just sand that off. Then I have the pieces left, and I'm going to piece that together for the top part. I do a piece like that, and then whatever's left over, I make it to the very top. It all worked out great. Just going to play around with it, for a while so you get the look that you're looking for and you feel like it looks good. So here we go. And then we'll sand that off as well. And then I got the top done, and that's what it looks like. Doesn't it look good with this napkin? I love it. Okay, here I'm going to use this, what was it called? Snow Tex. I got that at Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago as well. And I'm just going to use my fingers and dab it on there in sections. Just so it looks like it's out in nature and it's got some snow on it. Oh yeah, and off camera I did paint the back and the sides of the tree with Kelly green, just in case I'm gonna have it sitting somewhere where you can see the front and the back, so it's covered. And then I'm putting a little snow on the sides as well. And here's when I playing around with the snow, I decide like, oh well, you know what? I'm gonna cover up the bottom to the stand, so that's why it doesn't really matter if you paint it or not. It'll get covered. The top part of it will. The stem you will see, so definitely paint that. But here I go. I'm just getting carried away, but it looks good at the end, so I'm glad I did it. So, yeah, what do you think? Do you like this look? So if that's what it looks like, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And then I got this snowman from the Dollar Tree. And I think this is perfect. It's out in nature. Let's have a little snowman. We'll have some packages under the tree. So it still has like the Christmassy vibe. So I'm just figuring out the colors and arrangement and stuff. But there's a lot of green going on, so I decided not to do that green package. So I did the red and white pattern one, and I think that would look really nice. And then I decided, oh wait, I need a little star at the top, so I got this metallic gold paint again, and I got the wooden star that I've had for so long. I don't even know where it came from. Um, well, it would probably be the Dollar Tree or Hobby Lobby, really. And I'm painting that, and I got way too much paint on there. So yeah, I'm just gonna wipe it off and put it right back in. I have a feeling I'm gonna be using a whole lot more of this come December, November, December time frame. So yeah, just wiping off the excess. And then I'm gonna glue my little packages down. Now that I know the placement, how I want it to look. There we go. And then I'm doing, yep, the snowman. He's a little bit big, so he's not going to be flush on the stand, but the half back part of him will. So I just put on the back, on the bottom half. That's going to be on the stand. I glued him on there. And then the star at the top, and that's all there is to this one. I think he is totally adorable. Let me know what you think. All right, project number 4. So I guess I forgot to hit record at the beginning. I'm not sure what happened, but I'm using one of these ring forms from the Dollar Tree. It comes in a pack of 3, a large, a medium, and a small. And this is the small one I'm using. And I got this greenery that I'm going to wrap around it all the way around. I'm doing 3 to begin with, but there's still some sections that's showing. So I'll go in with, I can't remember if it's 2 or 3 more on top of that, so that way the whole thing is covered and you won't be able to see the ring part at all. Well, yes, let's keep wrapping. I don't glue anything down. It's just wrapping it around. There we go. That's what it should look like. And then I got the small bulb from the Dollar Tree, and I chose the red ones. So it has the shiny, the matte, and the glittered one. And I'm taking that gold little knobby thing off at the end, so it just has the plain color. And then I'm just going to start gluing them down. I do line them up how I want it before I glue them down, so it's kind of symmetrical, if you will. So yeah, it's even all the way around. And it's even with the number of the shiny ones and the matte ones and the glittery ones. So yeah, it becomes a pattern really. But you can do any way you like, any color. This is just what I like. And you can, and it's really pretty, and you can hang it up if you want to. I'm going to use it for something else when we get closer to Christmas, but I'll show you here at the end. So there it is. Isn't that pretty? I love it. So when here we go to the finished view, we get to take a look at all of them. And here's my little tree. I think it turned out so pretty. I love this one. And here's a little wood round. Love that too. My cloche. Love it. Kind of got a little bit of a nature vibe going on here. And here I got this little Christmas tree candle, and I'm going to put that in the middle. I love it. Thank you so much for stopping by and staying with me to the end. I appreciate it. Don't forget to check out the playlist. And if you haven't done so, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. I would really appreciate it. Until next time.